to a nerf.
I think a lot of people were being careful. They didn't want to be that first guard dog.
Right. Yep. They were being ginger. They were being tentative and being very careful. And then all hell broke loose. I want to say that we had. I think I counted them. I want to say I know Phil got nerfed, and he actually got nerfed for the first time ever.
9 drafts, right?
Yeah, 9. Well, this is his 9th draft, and so that makes me the all-time record holder for not getting nerfed in the longest duration of time.
I got to be up there.
You're probably up there too. Yeah,
I got to be 2 or 3
because you've never been nerfed, and I was surprised. With the whole spelling situation. I saw you stayed away from Steve Smith just to make sure.
Unfortunately, I wanted him.
Yes,
I wanted him.
We had
I almost spelled Wilson wrong.
Yeah,
it's close. I put an E instead of an O.
We had 3 rookies in the draft, 2 real rookies, and then 1 rookie being physically at the draft with Jay Young. Jay Young got nerfed once. Chris got nerfed twice. Ben was actually the only rookie who didn't get nerfed, so good for him. Good job, Ben. Yes. Then we also had Brandon. He got nerfed. He actually got nerfed once, although kind of twice. One of them was an unnecessary nerfing.
You know what? I was a big conspirator of the unnecessary nerfings.
I thought you were the reason for the unnecessary nerfing.
I did it. I yelled.
You yelled
and I
fire.
Said, nerf.
You yelled fire.
Yeah, that was sorry guys.
Yeah.
That was a couple times, by the way, not just once.
Well, unfortunately, due to that, Bub, we actually have a little bit of a situation on our hands. Yeah, I guess. Apparently, Brandon filed a grievance to Dynasty Ethics.
He did?
Yeah.
That fucking bastard.
Yeah, he was a bit bucked, and you know what, Brian, I wanted to mention as well, Coach Brian also got nerfed. He did get nerfed once, legitly, but he got unnecessarily nerfed 3 times.
I don't think it was all me. I know I unnecessarily provoked the Sean Green nerfing, but it's not my fault that his parents spelled his name like a you know what.
Well,
a guy who's
in all total, we had 6 legit nerfings and 4 unnecessary nerfings.
I was definitely not part of all 4. At least 2, maybe 3. So I couldn't have been 4.
In total, we actually ended up with 10 nerfings. Again, even though 6 were legit. And Bub, I actually was able to. No one noticed this, but I had a little tape recorder hidden in the war room.
Really?
Yeah, nobody even knew until now.
Can I talk to Will about the ethics on that, because there's some things I don't want to be recorded that I said.
You can do what you please, but the good news, Bob, is that due to this possible illegal recording,
this breach of a fence,
I went ahead and I was able to obtain about 20 seconds of audio from, I want to say it was the nerfing that Phil received. And that was the nerfing in which Brian actually, out of nowhere, broke out his Nerf grenade.
I saw that. He almost killed a guy.
I would like to nominate that right now for Dynasty Hall of Fame eligibility, because that grenade was pretty kick-ass.
That thing weighed like 50 pounds, I think.
Let's go ahead and listen to the audio of Phil's nerfing. Wow.
Is Phil alive?
Fortunately, Phil did make it out of that alive. And that was just one example of the, I guess, 6/10 nerfings that took place during the draft. I know that I got hit a couple times on accident, and I'm sure we all did.
I think that was on purpose.
Probably. So, we were able to fully utilize our Nerf bazookas, our Nerf guns, our Nerf grenades, and everything on draft day.
I'm glad. It was a good time.
It was.
Good time.
Now, let's take a look into the future with next week's matchups.
So, Bub, we are heading into week 1.
Finally.
We're finally here.
Finally.
Fantasy is officially back. We obviously have divisional matchups. Let's see. In the North Riverdale division, we got ourselves Handy Quacks versus myself. the Boston Loggers and their inaugural. I can't say that word.
Lanolin?
What?
Lanolin? Like sheep's wool?
No, inaugural. Yeah, that word, that one.
Innocuous.
They're going up against the Yellow Peril, and then the Amber Alerts up against VIP in their first game. Mm-hmm. And then in the South, we have myself playing Brew Deluxe and Brandon McDowell. Soul Glow taking on the Senators. And the last matchup of the week, we have the Pig Newtons against the Hong Kong Cavaliers. Excellent. So, who would you say maybe in the North, in my division, the North Riverdale division, Bub? You got maybe a game of the week, one that you're really looking at, you know, really going to focus in on?
I can only pick one of those 3 games in the North?
Well, yeah.
I can't, well, I mean...
You don't have to pick one. You could say...
Yeah, I almost wanted to defer, but you know what? I'm going to pick one.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick...
You're going to play along.
Yeah, I'll play along, just for the fun of it. I'm going to pick the Amber Alerts at VIP on Swole. You might be thinking, wow, you think that's the game of the week. But it's...
Defending his title.
Well, it's defending his title with... I mean, let's be honest. A
little bit of a weaker squad.
A weaker squad this year against a rookie coach coming into the year.
High potential.
Yeah, so I think I'm just interested in seeing. I don't necessarily it's going to be the best game, but I'm interested.
That makes total sense, Bub. You're a smart man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But I don't know what love is.
South Riverdale division. I look at the matchups and.
There's a couple decent ones here.
Yeah, there's a better matchups in the South this week, I think.
I think overall, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think overall, looking at it right now after the draft, I think the South division looks a little stronger than the North this year.
I think we thought that coming into the year, just because of the way that the draft picks panned out. I think the Dynasty odds makers, made it known through the Gazette there that it looked like the South was going to have a bet. But you know what? It's about time. The North has been goddamn dominating the South.
It's also true. So, which is weird because you had the guards and
you know what? The guards had that 1 or 2 good years somehow. Fantasy guards.
Well, Peyton Manning does that to teams, I guess.
Soul Glow versus the Rockdale Senators. I think that's probably the game of the week that
I would agree with you.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Senators are going to do this year. They've been really kind of mediocre and/or shitty over the past 4 or 5 years.
Mostly shitty.
Really, all era 2, they've been terrible. And Soul Glow obviously has one of the better teams. I think that's the game that I'm really looking at. So I'm gonna go ahead and declare that as the South Riverdale Division game of the week for week 1.
I can't really disagree with you. The only thing I would say is the Senators. Adrian Peterson. I don't know if he's really going to play much week 1. So I don't know what his backup plan is. I mean, that's your 2nd round pick.
Sure.
Not playing week 1, that's tough. But again, fantasy championships, they're not won in the first week of the season.
True.
So I'm not knocking him for that pick, but week 1, I don't know, it might be a little tough for him.
All right, Bub, it's time. Interactive segment. We're gonna go ahead and get Jamie Eisenberg on the phone. Are you okay? You look a little pale. You're excited, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're like starstruck right now. Bub? Oh shit, Bub! Shoot, he passed out. Damn it. I gotta get Jamie on the line anyway. Bub?
The Dynasty Podcast brings you an interactive and likely ridiculous segment with borderlines on actual legit media. Buckle up your fucking seatbelts for the Dynasty Podcast interactive segment.
And now on the Tom Berkowitz Trucking Hotline is senior fantasy football writer and analyst for CBS, Jamie Eisenberg. Jamie, thanks so much for being on the show.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Now, Jamie, as one of the more successful fantasy analysts out there, I know that you probably are used to answering questions about players and who to start, who to sit, who to trade for, how do you like my team, things like that. But what I'd really like to talk to you about is regarding the CBS.Sportsline fantasy football product and site. I know that CBS has done a lot of exciting things this past off season to upgrade and improve the product. Can you just maybe talk to us a little bit about, some of these upgrades that they've done?
Certainly. I mean, every year we try to enhance our